Yo, what's good YouTube? You've been asking for a comprehensive guide on how to become a pro sniper in Roblox Rivals. So in this video we're gonna cover things like loadout to use, settings, skins and wraps, and the best and broken tech right now to use for sniping, so make sure to stick to the end. Also we're gonna cover some of your questions that you asked during the live stream at the very end as well. Let's go. Okay, let's start with the loadout. I would say, like, obviously sniper rifle, I always pick the handgun. The handgun is the weapon that you can switch to the fastest after using the sniper. Then you use fist and satchel. The good thing about satchels is you have 3 of them. Throw that, right click, I can boost myself off. It's like a grenade launcher or a grenade, but you have 3 of these. You throw them, explode it, and then if you have the fist equipped, you can also double jump. For sniping movements, this loadout is the best. And for a handgun, if you body shot someone, you can immediately switch to handgun and deal some damage. If someone is really low, you can immediately switch to the pistol and finish the kill. Let me demonstrate you what I mean with the fist movements. So you switch to the satchel, and with the quick melee utility you can double jump. But most people actually don't know, if you satchel for example, you can also switch directions with the fist. You can go one way with the satchel, and with the fist jump go the other way around. So you can cover a lot of distance and actually go back. For the settings, the main sensitivity doesn't really matter, it's more like up to your personal preference. I recommend something that you can actually track their heads with, especially while you're not scoping. That's all that matters, lining the crosshair on someone's head, even though they're jumping maybe, they're moving around. However, what's more important is the actual ADS sensitivity. I prefer something like a 1, which means how much faster or slower is your sensitivity when you are scoping in. A 1 sensitivity means it's the same exact sensitivity. If you're training your aim and perfecting that you always are on with the crosshair above someone's head, then so will also be the same sense when you're ADSing. That's why I personally recommend an ADS sense of 1. The other setting that is important is the FOV, field of view. 120 means you see a lot of things at once. For example, on arena might be good because if you're standing close to a wall, you might see someone on top of you. Low FOV meaning you see basically nothing. However, on longer range, everything becomes bigger all of a sudden. I personally prefer something like a 95, because sometimes you play on bigger maps like docks or crossroads. Playing on 120 FOV is pretty hard because the enemies are tiny far away. Then talking about skins and wraps. The skin in my opinion doesn't matter. I'd normally use something that is not as big but looks good and has a clean sound. So right now I'm using the Event Horizon. For the wrap, if you have the grenade launcher and you play with it for 24 hours, you can get the glass wrap. It helps because if you are hovering over someone like here, you still see them. But with the glass wrap, it doesn't actually cover them that much. If you don't have it, maybe use a plastic, maybe something else that's like translucent. But for me, glass wrap all the way. But yeah, don't forget to actually use the fist also to cancel the sniping bolting action. So after you snipe normally, it takes a long time until you can shoot again. However, with the fist as combination, you can cancel that animation as altogether. Is the sniper instantly accurate if you right click? It's not instant. So for example, if I literally do this, I have to get lucky. It's basically like a no scope. It also depends on your ping. For example, on 50 ping, it might be faster than someone on like 400. So you have to get it used to it and like see what works for you. I would say like half a second after you right click. You normally can see like the animation. Normally when the crosshair pops up, you see the crosshair, you should normally be able to shoot. Should you stay still while sniping? A question by Chan Banan. In games like Valorant and stuff, it actually matters. In other games like Rivals, it doesn't. So while sliding or running, it doesn't make any difference. You're 100% accurate while full moving. Alright, a question by Sam. Is it better to quick scope? So quick scoping versus hard scoping essentially. Hard scoping is when you hold right click the entire time and you hope that the enemy is walking into that crosshair. Quick scoping is you align your crosshair beforehand like this, and then when you're confident you just right click, make the gun accurate, confirm the kill. I personally don't like hard scoping because it covers a lot of your distance. So this guy for example, I wouldn't even see on the side. So you have overall better awareness of the people, and your sensitivity should be normally as good that the crosshair without even aiming in is always on the head anyways. You're standing still, you're confident, you just confirm the kill. Should I use aim assist for sniping or not for mobile? I personally hate mobile snipers because aim assist and auto shoot is so broken. But if you're a mobile user, just hard scope the entire time, and as soon as someone hovers over your crosshair, it auto shoots for you. Just try to, if you're on mobile, align the headshot somewhat and the game will just shoot for you. So yeah. However, if you're playing against me, don't use it, please, or I'll ban you for sure. What about the Warhorn? I personally don't like the Warhorn generally speaking because it gives you a boost for like 4 seconds and then it's gone. You're faster, but also it makes it harder for you to hit any shots because you're moving faster. With the sniper rifle, you don't want to push normally anyways, you want to stay behind. So I don't really get the point of Warhorn personally. Question by Senpai Sigma, what's for you the best loadout? Oh, that's a really specific question. I'm saying like the handgun is definitely the best because it switches really fast to it. But the thing with handgun is for me, because I'm normally streaming on 2 platforms, Twitch and YouTube, I have a lot of input delay. And the more input delay you have in a game, the more buggy is your guns. So for me specifically, the handgun is really buggy. That's why I don't really use it. I personally use things that I can switch fast to. For example, the spray is pretty good, but it's kind of hard to use. The sheriff is pretty good, the revolver or the Uzi. So most of the time I use the sheriff or the Uzi personally, but like since you're not streaming on several platforms at once, I would go for the handgun. Is it your main sniper loadout? It depends on the map, I would say. Sometimes I also like running scythe or so. Or for example, the revolver is also pretty good. But on paper, this loadout right now is the best, especially with the handgun.